Cass, reach over.
Oh,
reach out and touch someone.
Reach out and touch someone.
Reach out and touch a motherfucker. That's what we're doing. It's Monday. We're clearing out the energy from the fucking freakend. We're getting the week started strong. I'm Sean. This is Cass. This is Mare. Trinity Infinity. This is the motherfucking come up.
Yeah, we have a full moon in Virgo on this Monday morning, bringing in 6th house energy, how we treat ourselves and our body and our daily routines. Cass has a cool quote for us today relating to this energy.
Yeah, I think, I love eating at vegan food restaurants because often sometimes they'll put a little extra something into the conscious consumption, but you don't have to be vegan to have conscious consumption. So they have a Buddhist food blessing that really resonated. And I feel like, I know some people are eating their breakfast right now. So if you're eating now or you're going to be eating later, maybe keep this in mind today.
Wake up with us.
Wake up with us. Yeah, let's eat together. Okay, so here's the Buddhist food blessing. This food is the gift of the whole universe. Each morsel is a sacrifice of life. May I be worthy to receive it. May the energy in this food give me the strength to transform my unwholesome qualities into wholesome ones. I am grateful for this food. May I realize the path of awakening for the sake of all beings.
Aho, amen, aight,
Whoop,
whoop, whoop. Fucking awesome. I think that we should have had that prayer with us on Friday when it made me eat motherfucking Burger King in Florida. And god damn, I wonder if that would work. I wonder if you could fucking pray over garbage food and still have it.
Yeah, the Impossible Burger, it does tempt me. But
yeah, that's why they have it. That's why they have it. They realize they're missing out on a bunch of motherfuckers like us who, for some reason are going to notice the difference. But yeah, definitely fucking felt like shit after we ate that. But it's Monday. We're washing that all away. Here we are. Full moon Monday. Moon day.
Well, the full moon was this weekend on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And it brings in the full moon, Mare, it's not just in that day. It's as it wanes, it's still with us.
Yeah, for the whole lunation, really, you're getting that, not just waxing, but waning, leading up to it. And the moon is really sort of the fullness of the exaltation. So things come to a head around the full moon. Things tend to come up. Whatever you may have not been looking at behind the high priestess's veil is now illuminated by the light of the full moon. Right?
Oh,
wow.
And so, yeah, how can we better listen to our bodies is sort of the prominent question that comes up with Virgo, along with a lot of other ones. And yeah, food conscious consumption is such a big topic for that. And I think we talked about that last week a little bit too, with nutrition, the different forms of it beyond food as well.
Yeah.
With Virgo and Piscean energy, that polarity in the zodiacal framework, I think so much about consuming and what it is to give and what it is to take. Because I think we all want to, in theory, give more than we take, right?
Yeah, you got to give to receive.
Yeah. Yeah, and we take, being the heterotrophs we are, we're takers, we're consumers, we're destroyers as much as we're creators. And to step into full creative power, you sort of have to accept both sides of those coins and not live in a deluded land where you're not consuming other things to survive, because that's essentially our existence as humans.
Yeah.
And you better make sure you put in the effort so that those sacrifices to the timeline, the sacrifices of food, are being used for
yeah,
hopefully restoration.
I think about, let me just move some hair for you. Beautiful. I think about my consumption of substances on a daily basis to try to feel right. And I think I've hit on a pretty good formula. I hate that I'm a little beholden to it,
right.
But when I do it more consciously, I'm a less beholden to it. But yeah, the day starts, you get up and you're like, I ate too many edibles last night. How the fuck am I going to get this happened today. I woke up and I was like, holy shit. We were joking about getting up earlier today. I woke up at 11 o'clock. What the fuck? So I'm already clouded, fucking faded waking up, and I'm like, I need to not eat. I need to eat kratom before I fucking eat anything, so I get that little boost in me. I'm taking sips of your coffee, which is really fucking unlike me. And then around fucking 2 o'clock, the weed starts coming into the mix because you're like, I'm too fucking jacked up. So you're trying to like bring it down a little bit. And then by 6, you feel like you need a fucking nap or something. So you're like a little more kratom, a meditation. And then by 9, it's like, how do we start winding this fucking thing down? More edibles, ketamine, fucking all kinds of stuff. And yeah, it's a little bit of the train I'm on right now. And I don't want to be beholden to it. I also don't want to judge it too much because it's like Cass was saying last night, like this is the happiest I've been in my life. So if this is like a little innocuous concoction that's helping me get through, all good. I'm just going to forgive that, but be aware.
Yeah, I think even using the language to help you get through may be a little bit corrosive. Like, you're good, you're fine sober. If you didn't have anything, you'd be fucking Gucci and happy all day. It's like you fool yourself into thinking that's not true. You fool yourself into thinking you need kratom and you need weed and you need all these things. You don't. They're fun to play with. But I think when you start thinking like, oh, it's bringing me to level, that's when it maybe like starts to secretly psychosemantically kind of like cut you at the knees a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Well, and I think on the flip side of the coin, sobriety can do that too.
Absolutely.
I just
100%.
logged onto Twitter and I saw someone like bragging about how they've honed it in and they're 100% sober now. I'm like, this is a person that's never struggled with substance abuse at all. And they're like talking about sobriety as if it's like a necessary life force for them.
Interesting.
And yeah, it's really fucking weird. And I'm like, I wouldn't hold too close onto that. Who's fucking sober, really?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think I talked about this before too, but just the amount of influences that you have around you, like you're not sober.
How could you be?
It's an impossibility, right?
How could you be? Mowgli walks by and you're fucking a little pouch of Molly gets released in your heart. And you're like, oh my God, this fucking guy.
Totally. And you're feeling your neighbors and the city and the collective consciousness of the city and the media that you consume and not just like where your food came from, but who made your food. And
how funny is it someone sitting there compulsively tweeting saying that they're sober?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. You're sober? You know what kind of chemicals are getting released here? You know? With each tweet, a desperate cry for attention. Come on. What the hell is that doing to you? Are you really sober?
Totally. Because again, it's like, it's almost the same giving away of authority, the way that you're talking about it. Either side of the coin. Yeah, either side of the coin.
Yeah. So we try to find balance.
Yeah. Because, the reality is, like, you could be perfect and right doing either of those stories. It's the demonization or the angelification of either one of them, you know, that really gets you twisted in it and that gets you in this weird judgment stance, not just of other people, but of yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it Jay sharing about how, you can kind of approach it methodically, where you have like times of sobriety, times of excess, and kind of, I feel like that is the most relatable to me, is like, we did 9 days towards the end of the year last year, and I was like, wow, I'm like waking up with energy, you know? I mean, that's so simple, but like I love weed and it helps me, but not smoking weed for a week, I did wake up with like a little bit of different energy. And is that good in the middle of a pandemic when you can't really leave your apartment to have that much energy all the time? Like, there is maybe a reason that we're medicating to work with our environment too.
There's a reason the weed finds us. There's a reason it wants to get in us. There's a reason we have the idea. Is it really our idea to smoke, or is it its to fucking get in us? We were talking about this last night. It's kind of a fucking freaky thing when you think about it, that weed has a consciousness. It's obviously drawn towards fucking human beings. It wants to get in there and experience you learning guitar. It wants to get in there experiencing you having sex and fucking living your life. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, absolutely. They definitely want to live through you.
Yeah.
Plant spirits definitely want to live through you.
Yeah, for sure.
And that brings me to the other kind of fulcrum that I think about with Virgo energy a lot, which is the whore and the virgin and what it is to have sex. And when I smoke weed, I think about like I'm having sex with her and we're sexually active.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it, right?
Yeah.
And now we're in relation and we're together through the day or whatever. And I do think with sobriety, there's no coincidence or randomness that a lot of those people are also super prude. Like there's a not wanting to let other things in, right? Yeah. There's an illusion that you are separate from other things in the universe and that they don't affect you and you're not connected to them, and therefore you need to like lock and load so that you can have control over your feelings.
Yeah, totally. And you're giving a lot of power to the feeling of control. Letting that thing take over.
Totally.
Yeah, it's so funny how we have a society that really we hold the virgin in such high regard, and then once you lose your virginity, you're the whore. You're the other end of this fucking spectrum, It's so fucking funny.
We don't even have that for men. Like, there's no, like...
No, there's not even words for it.
No,
Like, you
you're
call
like-
a man a slut, it doesn't even mean anything.
Yeah.
Hound dog.
Yeah.
A poonhound?
Poonhound.
Yeah. Okay, I could see. You know.
But that doesn't even sound bad. It's, or, like,
Yeah.
It's
compulsive.
cute. Yeah. A whore.
It's not very derogatory.
Slut. Like, those are fucking crazy derogatory terms.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's weird that it isn't the flip side of the coin. Like, oh my gosh, she's so great at receiving people. Like, she gives so much love to our community. You know what I mean?
That's where we've come to with that energy.
Love
you
the
know.
sluts.
Like, God bless her. Like, she's saving us from
Oh, yeah.
pedophiles and creeps and, you know what I
Totally.
mean? Sex
Yeah.
workers are the best.
Or like when you have a friend who you're like, yo, our friend is like a very open lover. Like if we are in a group of people, maybe someone's going to get lucky.
Yeah,
you know what
totally,
I mean?
Totally. We
There's
have friends
people-
like that.
We bring
Absolutely.
people into the mix and I'm like, someone's definitely getting laid tonight. There's like 4 dudes that need to get laid here. One of them's gonna,
Yeah.
100% somebody's getting it.
And she's going to take one for the team, and we
Hell
should
yeah.
applaud her, you know? Like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
This person we're thinking of too gets off on de-virginizing people, so it's such a fucking funny dichotomy there.
Perfect.
We need to give the male virgin a more like name, you know?
Yeah. Instead, we insult them. We call them incels. You know,
Oh, involuntary celibates. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't like that name. I think there's, you know, maybe a little bit more of a preservation thing.
Yo, I didn't know that was what that abbreviation meant.
Till-
Involuntary celibate.
Yeah.
Oh,
What
did
do
you
you
think it
think
was?
I thought it was referencing like incel, like incellular, like still in the embryonic egg.
That's
Like
pretty
not
good.
ability to leave the womb and the home.
I
Well-
think you're onto something there. You know.
What do you think about it now that you know that it's involuntary celibate?
It's very charged.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
such a
I mean-
involuntary.
Just dynamically, it would seem like the person wouldn't be able to be received by a new womb if they didn't leave the original.
So it still lines up.
Pussy wants a man, not a boy, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it's like when you're, especially when you're referencing yourself as that involuntary celibacy, you're automatically putting you're with the words you're using, you're putting yourself in a victim standpoint. Involuntary, is it really involuntary? You've really rolled the dice that many times that you know you're not gonna fucking get it, and this is involuntary, and it's other people that have the problem.
Yeah, there's like this weird energy around like that men are owed sex, you know, and I don't believe that, but there is something to be said about having a culture that doesn't demonize sex work and actually allows sex work to be something that's healthy and respectable. And I don't know if I guess regulated, you know, that the people are above 18, that they're there consensually, that they're being paid a living wage. You know, it feels like because we've cast it into the shadow, that's where it, like, all the darkness comes from that.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Because we don't look at it, so then people go real nasty.
Yeah. Shit, man. Big virgin energy in this episode.
Yeah.
Probably this week.
The Virgo, the whore, the virgin.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah, I guess. Yeah,
The
that makes
maiden.
sense. It does
Yeah.
make sense. I'm like, I didn't even plan on thinking about this or talking about it, but it
Yeah.
does make sense.
Yeah, we fly by the seat of our pants here and the come up.
Oh, we definitely do. We definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Well, this is a fun little start to the week. Just want to remind people, you don't hate Monday, you hate capitalism. We're here hanging out. We're here for you, you know? We'll catch you every day this week.
Big time.
And
We love you and we hope you have a great Monday.
So much.